It's time to wake up San Gabriel Valley with CCN Sunrise.
Good morning. So glad you're with us here this morning on CCN Sunrise. I'm Joseph C. Phillips, along with Mary Winters.
Mary Winters in for Sunita Joshua Madison.
Good morning, Mary.
She's off having her baby, or
She's
with
had
her baby.
We're going to get to that later, tell you all about it. But first, we want to let you know that we have got a terrific show for you this morning. Sandy Rosco from the San Gabriel Valley Chamber of Commerce is here this morning. Talk to us about the Business Expo. Plus, Project Scientist will be here with an experiment, and they're going to tell us how to keep young girls interested in science.
And I'm excited about what they're going to do with us, too. We also have Herbie Pilato is here, and he'll be talking with our very own Valerie Milano. And he'll be talking about his book about Bewitched and some of the other iconic women, I know, from the 50s, 60s, and 70s. So very exciting. And we also are going to be making, but I'm going to be eating most of, the pie that Julie Allen is bringing and making with us from 5,000 Pies. So
tell her strawberry cream cheese pie.
I can't wait. It's going to be great.
But as we mentioned earlier, my co-host Sunita Madison had her baby. I believe it was brought on by that biryani from last week.
I think
she
so
had that
too.
spicy food. She went right into labor.
She said she was ready, and she really was. And our it's Natalia Evangeline Joshua Madison is here with us now. And look how beautiful she is. She's just a little doll, 19 inches long. She came a little bit early, a little before they thought she would come, but she is gorgeous and healthy, and mom is healthy, and I think there's a picture of her yawning. I'm not sure if that's because she's not quite up ready for our show. Or
now that is a beautiful baby. I have to tell you, my firstborn, he came out. His head was pointy. He was an odd color, and I said, "Oh my God, God is getting me for having laughed at all the other ugly babies. Now I have the ugliest baby ever born."
So were you there for all of your children?
All of them.
I was there for all of my children when they were born too, interestingly enough. So.
Yeah. Well, luckily, I fell in love with him after 2 seconds.
How can
we
you
also
not?
want to let you know, though, let everyone out there know, that we were honored, our own executive director was honored, Tammy Devine, in the Pasadena magazine.
And I forgot the magazine. We've got to bring the magazine back on the set. We'll do that.
We'll do that after the break, but right now it's time for news with our own Jesse Mogle.
And now, CCN, Crown City News. Your news, your neighborhood starts right now.
Hi, Joseph and Mary. Here are some of the headlines making news right here in the San Gabriel Valley. Even though the rain came down, soaking many on their way to the mayor's farewell event at City Hall, hundreds came out Saturday, April 25th to say goodbye to the city leader of the past 16 years. Some people wore buttons thanking Mayor Bill Bogard for his years of service, and while the band from John Muir High School played, people visited tables of some of the organizations that the mayor showed support to over the years, including the Armory Center for the Arts Disabilities Organizations and robotics programs.
I'm very, very grateful. And the important thing is that Pasadena is unique, not because of one person, but because of all persons. I've said hello to so many people today who have thanked me for my service, and I recite back to them the many ways in which they have contributed to what Pasadena is today.
Pasadena will officially be welcoming its new mayor, Terry Tornick, and District 1 Councilmember Tyrone Hampton Monday, May 4th during the City Council meeting. Huntington Memorial, here in Pasadena, is nationally getting recognition for how its staff treats cancer patients. CCN's Tony Mead has the story.
Huntington Memorial Hospital recently received a 2014 National Outstanding Achievement Award for its dedication taking care of patients with cancer. Here with me is Dr. Kaufman, the medical director and one of the doctors providing services here at the Cancer Center. Tell us about this award.
This award is a very special award, and we're thrilled that Huntington Hospital was given this award. It's granted by the American College of Surgeons Commission on Cancer. It's known as the Outstanding Achievement Award, and it really requires passing and excelling at a number of standards during our audit that occurs every 3 years.
Telling a patient they have cancer could probably one of the worst things you can tell a patient. What is the process after that?
It is indeed one of the most challenging things, certainly for the patient, but also for the people involved in their care. After a diagnosis is made, we have a very comprehensive program here at the Huntington Hospital, and that includes pre-treatment evaluation, staging, getting the patient ready for treatment, and that treatment could involve one specialty or many specialties. So when patients come here, they can rest assured that our rigorous processes have been not only evaluated over and over with a constant feedback loop to improve quality of care, but that an outside organization sanctioned by the American College of Surgeons has given us their highest award in how we provide cancer care to the community.
Thank you. Huntington Memorial Hospital is one of 11 healthcare facilities in California that has accredited cancer programs. In Pasadena, Tony Mead, CCN.
3 other hospitals received the award in California. As you heard in Tony's report, only 75 hospitals in the entire country were given this Outstanding Achievement Award. The Huntington Gardens welcomed Pasadena Magazine's biannual Women in Business Luncheon Wednesday. It's a chance to discuss and honor women in the community who make an impact through their work. Crown City News had a table at the event, which gave a local businesswoman a chance to meet the incoming Huntington Library president. Pasadena Magazine's Women in Business Luncheon started off with a chance for women to get to know each other. With a wide array of businesses present, the reception was a chance for attendees to meet and greet their peers from San Gabriel Valley.
I'm just really happy to be a local businesswoman participating in this event.
Besides salmon, the main course was Pasadena Magazine's Leon Dolan's interview of Laura Trombley. The incoming president of the Huntington Library, Art Collections, and Botanical Gardens spoke inspirationally about women forging their own trail in business.
Really, the only thing that holds you back is you. And once you can get to that place where you feel as though you've given yourself license, it's a great place to be.
Pasadena Magazine's Jane Gibbons says events like this help the community stay connected and supportive. Many of the women at the luncheon were featured in this month's issue, including Crown City News founder Tammy Devine. Gibbons says women are the heart of local communities.
When Kyler and I got to Pasadena Magazine, we really wanted to remember always what the heart of the community is. And we know that this is an affluent community, but I think that limits us. I think that there's a lot more. I think people have big stories to tell.
Trombley says she wants women to walk away with one important message.
The sense that they can take a deep breath and realize that they are enough.
The next Pasadena Women's Magazine and Business Luncheon takes place October 15th and will feature the hosts of the Satellite Sisters podcast. With some department heads still missing following an embarrassing embezzlement scandal, the city of Pasadena scaled back its Earth Day celebrations. A smaller event took place Saturday, April 25th at the Villa Park Community Center. One of the main attractions was a cooking demonstration featuring California Pizza Kitchen. General Manager Alex Monti says CPK isn't only about pizza. He says he wanted to show the community that CPK offers salads, pastas, and other options that tie in neatly with Earth Day. He says they encourage everyone to get healthier foods, even at home.
Eating healthy, gardens. If you plant a garden in your own home, you can use those ingredients to put it into your own cooking. And being Earth Day, giving back to using it, products that are left over in your home, instead of throwing them away, you can recycle them, composting, scraps, whatever it may be, and it goes into your garden.
Monty also says they're seeing more people with food allergies coming into CPK, and that their gluten-free menu helps those who want to go out to eat and manage their allergies at the same time. That's all the news I have today. I'd be remiss if I did not mention Mary's first day here that my college Spanish name was Jesus. So, back to you guys, Mary and Joseph.
Boy, yeah, and we had the 3 cameramen too.
He's breaking the cameraman up. Thank you, Jesse. We want everyone to, we didn't get to show you earlier, the magazine here, Pasadena Magazine. Please pick that up and read all about our executive producer, Tammy Devine.
It was a great event. Yeah,
it was.
Great. They did a little flash, but I just have to do another flash. I just think she's just so fantastic, and the fact that she needs to be honored. So.
Well, Sandy Rosco, executive director of the San Gabriel Chamber of Commerce, is going to join us next and tell us all about her organization. Don't go away.
got a job to do today.
I've got a job to do today.
Have a good first day at work, Mom.
Your donations to Goodwill fund job training programs right in your community.
Feels good to start fresh, right?
Sure does.
And like that, you're a job creator.
You sure you don't want some? It's chamomile. Listen, you are extremely terrifying. Just the scariest undead subhuman thing on TV, and I really mean that. But I am worried that you could give my kids nightmares if they see you, so I'm gonna have to block you. So that's it. Oh, and tell the zombies they're blocked too.
You're doing great. We're gonna try this again, okay?
Okay.
Wheels, pedals, handlebar, brakes. Sit up straight, keep your weight in the center, keep your eyes on the road, hands on the grips, button the seat. If we feel ourselves falling, what do?
Just keep
pedaling. Good girl. Now remember, it's all about balance and steering. Steer with your hands, steer with your body. Steering to the corners and you stay out of trouble. And the bell's your buddy, so go ahead and ding that. All right, you ready? Here we go. Pedal, honey, pedal. There you go, you're a bike rider.
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
The San Gabriel Chamber of Commerce is a nonprofit organization that helps local businesses connect with resources and each other. Networker extraordinaire and chamber executive president or director Sandy Rosco joins us to tell us a little bit more. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me again. We love Crown City News. We've been friends with Tammy and Crown City News for a couple of years now, since its inception, before she even did the kickoff. So we were around before she was kicked off CCN Sunrise. We were able to help do that, and it's been very exciting. It's exciting to watch the progress and to see how far it's come and to continue to partner with you.
We absolutely appreciate all of your support. You are a busy, busy woman. You were just recently received a major honor, Woman of the Year. Tell us about that.
I did. Assemblymember Ed Chow from the 49th Assembly District selected me as his Woman of the Year. So I was honored by Assemblymember Ed Chow, and I was one of 80 women, only 80 in the whole California, the whole state of California. We went up to Sacramento. That was they took us up there. We had an amazing time. I got to take my daughter, and then they had a whole day for us, and they adjourned the legislative committee that day. There was no legislative hearing. We just went onto the floor. They honored us. We got an award. It was exciting. It was exciting. It was 80 amazing women and 79 women that I cannot even tell you what they were like being around them. I felt humbled by being there.
Well, that's really special. I want to talk about the Chamber, though. The Chamber is very important to local businesses. How does the Chamber help local business? How do they help them get started? How do they help them incubate and grow?
Thank you for that opportunity to share that with you. The San Gabriel Chamber of Commerce is getting healthier and healthier. We're growing. Our home-based businesses are growing.
How many members do you have?
We have about 300.
Okay.
But not all in the city of San Gabriel. The Chamber of Commerce does not have boundaries when it comes to city limits. So the San Gabriel Chamber of Commerce is far-reaching. We have members in the City of Industry, Irwindale, Glendale, Pasadena, everywhere.
People who want to do business in the Valley and Pasadena, San Gabriel Valley.
Anywhere. They can join us.
You have quite a few events. Tell us about some of the events and the things that
Well,
you
one of the most exciting events of the year is coming up, and I brought you a little promotional item.
Oh.
These are little pins to promote our Business Expo. The law firm of Scott Wormuth sponsored these pins. One of my chamber members found them for me because this will be our 10th annual Business Expo. And the theme is Send Your Business Soaring at the 10th Annual Business Expo. Yes, it'll be out of this world. So the office of Scott Wormuth sponsored him, and that will promote it. So it'll be sitting on your desk, and you'll say, May 20, I'm supposed to be at the Business Expo. So on Wednesday, May 20th, from 5:30 to 8, we call it the Hotel with a Heart. That's our San Gabriel Hilton, and it is my Hotel with a Heart because they partner with us in such a way that we can keep the cost of participating very low, and that's one of the major ways we help our businesses grow, is we give them opportunities to be in something like the Business Expo. CCN will be there, and we don't charge very much, but the community comes for free. So we don't charge to park, we don't charge to come in, we don't charge for food samples, restaurants are there showcasing. And
how many people do you think will be there?
About 700.
Okay, and how many booths do you think will be there?
We max out at 100 and we're almost sold out.
And you're maxed, that's great.
We're almost sold out.
Well, Sandy, I want to ask you a question because in the promo that we saw during the news at the luncheon the other day, some of the women talked about the importance of the chamber with women-owned businesses and getting them started. What is your advice to a young woman or a young man who's interested in getting into business?
It's very exciting because what I strongly encourage them to do is maybe not join the chamber immediately, but to at least come visit their chamber in their city. San Gabriel, good place to start. And I help my businesses by, I'm wearing a piece today that one of my chamber members made, a handcrafted piece. Come and let us help you get started.
And how would the chamber do that?
We would take you to City Hall and help you get a business license. If you don't have a business plan, which is the most important thing you can do, even before you get a business license, is what is your business plan? So come see me and say, I don't have a business plan, I don't have a bank, I don't even know what a business plan is. And we have some amazing members that I can connect you with and say, okay, help them start their business plan, because like anything, you have to have a roadmap. You have to have a plan.
Absolutely.
Members who help with marketing and those kinds of things.
Thanks so much. And we're going to send everybody to Sandy.
Absolutely. Can you get the address and the time of the Business Expo again?
Yes, it's 225 West Valley Boulevard, and it's the San Gabriel Hilton, and it's on Wednesday, May 20th from 5:30 to 8, and it's free, but there'll be every type of business imaginable.
And everybody can get a pen?
And everybody can get a pen.
Great.
All right, Sandy, thank you so much for joining us here this morning. We look forward to seeing you again.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the opportunity to promote the San Gabriel Chamber of Commerce and our Business Expo, the 10th annual.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can't wait to see the science experiment that's coming up here with our scholarship winners. I think they'll be making something that's kind of, maybe it'll bubble.
Throw us back to the 70s.
Yeah.
This group is encouraging girls to get into the STEM programs. That's science, technology, engineering, and math. We're going to see how they're doing that next.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
A full life, measured in seats, starts with the right ones early on. Car crashes are a leading killer of children 1 to 13. Learn how to prevent deaths and injuries by using the right car seat for your child's age and size.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org.
1, 2.
Adopt.
Kids will spend 15 minutes watching online videos like this one.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
Hi, welcome back. So glad you're with us. We have some gifted young minds here today, the Project Scientists, and they have a fun experiment that they're going to share with us. The group's founder, Sandy Marshall. Thanks for joining us, Sandy. So first, why don't you introduce our young scientists here?
Yeah, we have Kaylin and Allison. They're from Longfellow Elementary right here in Pasadena, and they are scholarship recipients because they love science and they're so gifted and talented at math and science that they'll come for 5 weeks.
I can see they're natural. They're just...
Why don't you tell us a little bit about what Project Scientist is?
Sure. So Project Scientist is a summer academy, and we're here for our first summer in Pasadena at Caltech. 5 weeks for girls 4 to 14. And we do anything from marine and wildlife to animals to coding. And we're just looking for girls.
Is this daily? Is it overnight?
It's all day, 5 weeks during the summer.
Wow.
When does that start?
We start June 8th, and we'll go through the end of July.
Now, I heard on the status of the Commission of Women, they spoke specifically of STEM and really wanting to move young women into these areas. So you nailed it. You're starting young, and you have the sciences that you're working.
But let's talk about, because what we understand, if I'm correct, is that young girls are interested in science and then they drop out.
Right.
What happens? What is the psychology behind that? Why do they stop being interested in the STEM?
Yeah. Well, a couple reasons. They lose their confidence due to a lack of role models, and especially if they're going in a non-traditional career, like mechanical engineering or something like that. Not a lot of role models that they can look up to and learn from. And girls are just as good at boys at math and science, and they love math and science, but we encounter some gender stereotyping as well. So even though a girl may have interest in electrical engineering and taking things apart and putting them together, by the time they hit middle school and high school, it just doesn't become the norm.
So tell us what you want to make for us today. There's something special that you're doing. So
So
girls are going to make?
They're making lava lamps. You could do this at home, super easy. It teaches your kids about density. So we have oil, we have water, food coloring, and Alka-Seltzer.
Pretty simple stuff. All right. So show us, girls, what are you going to make?
First, we put the oil.
Simple enough. That looks great. Now you can see it's separating.
Because the oil is lighter than the water.
Oh, the oil's lighter than the water. Okay. You know, and then you have, looks like you have some, what is it?
Food coloring.
Food coloring.
And that's just for artistic, or is that some scientific thing that happens with that? You tell I'm terrible at science. But I do know cooking, so I know.
Did you have a lava lamp?
So I see the little droplets in there. Are you going to mix it?
Oil and vinegar.
No.
Okay.
We put the Alka-Seltzer next.
Okay, and then look out.
Oops, there we go. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Can you, oh, look at how that's just brewing like that. Let's see. So we're making, it won't combust or anything, will it?
Well, that would make for some good TV if it did, but I think we'll be good.
Oh, did I turn your light off, or is it on? There we
think
go.
it was
I turned it
off.
off. Oh, there you go. There's your light.
So in the dark, you'd probably see this a lot better. But yeah, so the girls are learning about the gases being released from the Alka-Seltzer.
And so the hole in the top
you don't need that.
Allows the gas to come out, or it doesn't?
No, it's just what I could find at CVS.
Oh, because there was a straw that went in as you pulled it.
So now what is supposed to happen here? Is it just the bubbling? But lava lamps have a big glob that moves up and down.
Yep. So we probably put more Alka-Seltzer than we needed to.
So that's got to.
But I like the fizzing effect. I think that makes
that's
it
kind of neat
much
too.
more fun. Yeah.
Now, if it's a real lamp, can you actually turn this into a lamp, or you have to have a different jars and that kind of thing too?
So these girls have made them before. They have them in their rooms at home, and they continue to add Alka-Seltzer to make it bubble. There's a flashlight they can put on underneath it to make it light.
Okay, let's try to do it. We'll try to do that right now.
So what color do you have your lava lamps at home?
Mine is blue.
Yours is blue?
Mine is red and blue.
Are you looking forward to the camp? All right. Well, congratulations, girls. That's really exciting.
Can you tell us one last time about the camp and
go to
girls that are going to be interested, I'm sure, in getting involved in this?
ProjectScientist.org to learn more. You can sign up your girls. We have scholarships available, and we are looking for female STEM superstars, women that come out and speak to our girls and tell them about their careers. So.
Well, I hope you'll think about that then.
All right. Well, Sandy, thank you for being here. Ladies, thank you so much for sharing your artistic and scientific knowledge with us.
And I'm looking forward to big things from you. You come back and tell us some other things that you do in the future? All right. Sounds
Well,
great.
We
have a
There's
lot more coming up, right?
in the next hour of CCN Sunrise. You know, many of us are divided and riveted, not just divided, but riveted by the scenes coming out of Baltimore. We're going to talk about that in our Morning Buzz segment.
And a lighter note, the strawberry cream cheese pie in A Taste of Sunrise. Can't wait for that. I will be taking all the strawberries.
Don't go away.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
There's no place like home.
Getting home safely is just a click away. And choosing the right seat for your little one's age and size will take you down the road to safer travels.
How can I ever thank you enough?
Visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
So, I got this new family. And I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy. All day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
A full life, measured in seats, starts with the right ones early on. Car crashes are a leading killer of children 1 to 13. Learn how to prevent deaths and injuries by using the right car seat for your child's age and size.
Kids will spend 15 minutes watching online videos like this one.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
There's no place like home.
Getting home safely is just a click away. And choosing the right seat for your little one's age and size will take you down the road to safer travels.
How can I ever thank you enough?
Visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
It's time to wake up San Gabriel Valley with CCN Sunrise.
Hi, we're back with our second half hour. Author and TV producer Herbie J. talks about the 50th anniversary of Bewitched.
And don't forget, Chef Julie Allen will be making a strawberry cream pie. Don't forget. I know we won't forget.
I have not forgotten. But first, it's time for the Morning Buzz. Joining us is local journalist Cameron Turner. Thanks for being here, Cameron.
Good morning.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Cameron, following the funeral for Freddie Gray, who was a Baltimore resident who was injured while in police custody, died soon after, the city of Baltimore, after his funeral, the city of Baltimore erupted, turned into some violent riots. Before we get into our discussion, we wanted to hear what some local folks thought, so this is what they had to say.
When people start rioting like that, it's just, they had enough. You know, it's just been one too many times. It's just like out here with Rodney King. It's just one too many times.
I don't agree with the violence at all. I think violence is absolutely not necessary. But I'm going to quote Martin Luther King, who said that a riot is the voice of those who are unheard.
I don't agree with the violence part of it, but I think that the protesting and the marching is absolutely something that they should do if they feel like there's a wrong or injustice.
Well, that's interesting. Cameron, the first thing I want to know is peaceful protest, the marching, holding hands, ministers out front. Is this the only way to protest? Is it the only legitimate protest? Or is rioting or violent protest a legitimate form of social change?
From my perspective, I don't think that rioting accomplishes anything. And so it is not an effective means, and I don't think it has the moral power behind it either. When Dr. King made that statement that rioting is the language of those who are unheard, the voiceless, he was not justifying that kind of action. He was trying to point out that there's a cause and effect, that there are social things that occur when people's grievances are not responded to, rage builds up and boils over.
Absolutely, but I thought it was interesting that Obama said something about how the peaceful protest, which is what began, was not covered in the media. No one knew about the peaceful protest.
Right.
And then he said, now the media is out covering the violence. Well, Doesn't that suggest that the violence is a way to be heard, to get coverage, to have your voice heard?
I think that suggests that our national media needs to do a better job of covering the large story. I think that what happened in Baltimore and what I was most impressed by was that people in that city came together to put an end to the destruction of communities. And when we think about the pastor who lamented the burning down of the senior citizen housing complex that was being built, the young black woman entrepreneur who had put so much of her life into building her beauty salon, only to have it ransacked. So this is not protest. This is something else. And the people of Baltimore decided that they did not want to see that happen. And that's why we had this coming together of factions from across the city, including gang members.
And Rioting Mom. What do you think about Rioting Mom?
Well, I think that Toya Graham gains a lot of admiration from a lot of us because we know that as parents, sometimes we have to get strong and to bring our kids back into line. She said a couple of things that are very significant and poignant. She said that the first reason she said that she went out there and snatched her son off the street.
Yeah, I was going to say, just to pause for a second, just so people know who we're talking about.
Yes.
Riot Mom was all over the internet and the media.
Yes.
There was a young boy out there, 16 years old, young man, getting ready to loot. He was dressed for looting. His mother saw him on TV, marched out into the streets, grabbed him by his ear, beat him about the head, and cursed him and told him to get home.
Right.
So this is Riot Mom.
Yeah, personally, I don't.
Well, we have a lot of that actually at Monrovia High School when they had the rioting or the shootings a few years back.
Right.
Those moms took their kids out of school and moved them where they thought they would be safe.
My two daughters were at Monroe Elementary School in Monrovia when that occurred. They're at Monrovia High School now. The involvement of parents is so crucial. I prefer to call her Toya Graham, which is her name. I don't like that media title, Riot Mom, but
that's her hashtag.
Yes. Yeah. Well, okay, maybe it's hers.
Let me ask you this, because 30 minutes away, there's a couple who is in trouble with the Division of Child Welfare Services for letting their kids walk to school or walk to the park, walk home from the park, and yet this woman beating her son in the street, and she becomes a national hero.
I was uncomfortable with seeing her hit her son in the head because that's not a way that and I'm from the corporal punishment era. I grew up with spanking. I got no problem with spanking. That particular. But it raises an interesting.
We could talk about this forever, though. Actually, I mean, really. I mean, this is a very hot topic.
One last thought in 10 seconds, and this is just to wrap things up.
Right.
Is anything going to change in Baltimore after this?
Things will change, and they are changing. They're changing here in Pasadena and across the country because people are engaging in constructive dialogue with one another and with authorities. And we do actually have some authority figures that are sensitive to these issues and want to bring about resolution.
Okay, well, we have to leave it there, Turner. We as Mary said, we're ready to talk for the next half hour about that.
I know. So, well, we're not going to talk about the embryos that we had intended to, but I think we'll move on and we're
going to talk about nose twitching next.
Nose twitching. And so the beloved Elizabeth Montgomery We're going to be meeting with Herbie J. and the book that he wrote about her and some of the other infamous women, iconic women in television.
And
next.
we'll find out exactly how that started when Herbie Pilato joins us live in studio. That's next.
Watch for us.
Thank you very much.
You're doing great. We're gonna try this again, okay?
Okay.
Wheels, pedals, handlebar, brakes. Sit up straight, keep your weight in the center, keep your eyes on the road, hands on the grips, button the seat. If we feel ourselves falling, what do?
Just keep
pedaling.
pedaling.
Good girl. Now remember, it's all about balance and steering. Steer with your hands, steer with your body. Steer into the corners and you stay out of trouble. And the bell's your buddy, so go ahead and ding that. All right, you ready? Here we go. Pedal, honey, pedal. There you go, you're a bike rider.
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain.
So, what is love? Love is being independent. Love is dancing. At Shriners Hospital for Children, love is a new smile.
At Shriners Hospitals for Children, love is caring for a child regardless of the family's ability to pay. Learn how you can send your love to the rescue at lovetotherescue.org.
You know what, guys? There's a lot of tree branches and dry brush over here. We should probably move the bonfire over there.
I'm guessing Smokey liked that idea.
He's got the inside scoop on Elizabeth Montgomery, the woman with the twitchy nose.
And not just her, very many other memorable women in his new book, Glamour Gidgets and the Girl Next Door, with iconic women from TV in 1950s, 60s, and 70s. And he is here, Herbie J, with our very own Valerie Milano next on CCN Sunrise Entertainment segment.
Valerie Milano here with the Entertainment Report. We have Herbie J. Pilato. He's written so many books on so many wonderful women, but we're going to talk about Bewitched right now. Sure. So tell me, what was so special about Elizabeth Montgomery?
Well, Bewitched, came at a time when in the 1960s there was a lot of race rioting in Vietnam, a lot of trouble, and we were all looking for a magic escape, and certainly like we're looking for today. And it's 50 years, this TV season that it's been on. And Elizabeth Montgomery, she was just such a special person. Her parents were, Robert Montgomery, established movie star, and her mom was Elizabeth Allen, a Broadway actress, very prestigious. But she was so down to earth, and you would not have known that, coming from such a background. And she brought that down to earth personality to Samantha, and everybody loved her because she was so down to earth. And what you saw on screen was Elizabeth Montgomery, she was Samantha.
And how did you meet her?
I met her because I wrote a reunion movie for Bewitched in like 1988, and she didn't want to do that. And I said, well, how about we do a book about the show? And then when I interviewed her for a book about the show, I realized there was so much about her life as a person. Very charitable. She donated much money, time, and effort to many charitable organizations like the Peace Movement, the disability community. She was one of the first celebrities to offer her support for those suffering from AIDS, along with Elizabeth Taylor at the time. So anyway, there was so much about her life that I knew I had to explore in biographies. And that's essentially what I did with Twitch Upon a Star, which was the first book, and then The Essential Elizabeth Montgomery, which is like an index to all of her work. And then later on, when I just felt that I wanted to explore all the women from the 50s, 60s, and 70s, That Girl, and Wonder Woman, Linda Carter, God bless her, and Lindsay Wagner, the Bionic Woman, Sally Field. All of these women had their own special spark that Elizabeth had as well, so I thought it covered all with Glamour and Gadgets and The Girl Next Door.
Well, I want to talk a little bit about
So many books.
about Darren, her
Oh, yes.
husband. I know there was 2 Darrens in her life.
Yes.
So Samantha, how did she interact, and who was her favorite?
Well, I said it like Samantha. Well, Dick York was the first Darren, and Dick Sargent was the second Darren. Dick York was kind of in love with Elizabeth, like we all were, who wasn't? And that made her feel a little bit uncomfortable, although the chemistry was very strong with them. Dick Sargent, the second Darren, she was more comfortable with. He happened to be gay, so he wasn't so much, she felt he wasn't so much of a threat. And they ended up becoming very close friends. But there's this big debate, you know, who's the best Darren of the 2 Darrens? And they're really very different interpretations, and they were actually both wonderful people. I happened to have the honor to meet along with Elizabeth.
Oh, wonderful. Well, how much was Elizabeth like Samantha?
Oh, she was just, she used to like unicorns, and Samantha liked unicorns. Elizabeth never really had pizza delivered to her home in Beverly Hills. It was just not the thing to do in that household. But on the set of Bewitched, they were having pizza all the time with the set and the crew, and she loved to revel in those regular life things. And I think that's one of the things that she appreciated about me, is that I never asked her for an autograph. I never asked her to twitch her nose, never asked for a picture. She respected that I respected her as a person. And that's how we bonded in a very, very interesting way. But it's like I had already known her because I'd watched the show for so many years.
You said you never ever twitched your nose with her? Is that what you said?
I never asked her to twitch her nose because everybody did that, you know.
So how does that work? How does I know that Mary just mentioned it?
Yeah,
How do
it's
you twitch
actually
your nose?
the mouth, the upper lip. You move your upper lip. It's very hard to move your nose, and you go. You know, something
You
like
did
that.
it very well.
I've been practicing.
Yeah, you've been
50
practicing
years.
for a long time.
So.
Tell us about any other roles that Elizabeth had done before and after.
Oh
Bewitched.
man, she did over 500 TV appearances, and 200 actually before Bewitched. She did, you know, Twilight Zone, Alfred Hitchcock Presents, 77 Sunset Strip. And then also, after Bewitched, she wanted to create a different venue for herself. And she wanted to show that she could do things beyond comedy. And did a Case of Rape, which was one of the first issue-oriented TV movies of all time. And then The Legend of Lizzie Borden, which was recently remade on Lifetime.
All right. Well, I love it. And I'm really, really glad that you are here with us, Herbie J. Pilato.
Thank you so
and,
much.
We look forward to reading your books. And how can we find out where they are?
Oh, Amazon.com,
Amazon, right.
BarnesandNoble.com. You can go to my blogspot, HerbieJPilato.blogspot.com. All over, wherever quality books are sold.
Well, just to end, I just want to thank you again, and hopefully we'll see you back and talk about more books. Pop up? Yeah. All right. And then we're going to pop Mary and Joseph back in. So
Great.
Thank you very much again, and back to you.
Thank you, Valerie.
And up next we have Chef Julie Allen here making strawberry cream pie, and she is here with her store, 5,000 Pies. Be delicious.
You know what, guys? There's a lot of tree branches and dry brush over here. We should probably move the bonfire over there.
I'm guessing Smokey liked that idea.
I've got a job to do today.
I've got a job to do today.
Have a good first day at work, Mom.
Your donations to Goodwill fund job training programs right in your community.
Feels good to start fresh, right?
Sure does. And like that, you're a job creator.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
You're doing great. We're gonna try this again, okay?
Okay.
Wheels, pedals, handlebar, brakes. Sit up straight, keep your weight in the center, keep your eyes on the road, hands on the grips, button the seat. If we feel ourselves falling, what do?
Just keep
pedaling.
pedaling.
Good girl. Now remember, it's all about balance and steering. Steer with your hands, steer with your body. Steer into the corners and you stay out of trouble. And the bell's your buddy, so go ahead and ding that. All right, you ready? Here we go. Pedal, honey, pedal. There you go, you're a bike rider.
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain.
Right now, strawberries are at their peak. Nothing goes better with fresh strawberries than fresh cream. So Chef Julie Allen from 5,000 Pies in Long Beach is here to show us how we can marry strawberries and cream into a fresh...
I know you want one of these
into
already,
a fresh
right?
strawberry cream cheese pie.
So
Chef
tell us.
Allen, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And there's something actually kind of special behind. I'll let you go ahead and start mixing, but tell us a little bit about 5,000 Pies and what that represents. Go ahead and we'll put some mixings together here.
Why don't I
Sure.
have you go ahead and put 4 ounces of cream cheese into the mixer. And there's a very small spatula. And you're just going to rain a little sugar into that after it's had a chance to whip.
Okay, so I should turn it on.
Just turn it on to 1.
On 1.
And it'll
get
come
a little
on by itself.
louder
Oh, I'm
for
sorry.
just- We know it works because we practiced this. So, oh, there we
There
go.
we go.
It's like running the sewing machine.
Okay,
too.
so this goes on to 1, and as it beats, oh, it came unplugged. So here we go.
Just toss
and
in
we
that
toss
sugar.
a little sugar in, and live TV.
So do we have other ingredients that go
Yes,
into
the
that?
other ingredients will be our sour cream.
Okay.
And we're gonna let that. Yes, that's a ½ cup of sour cream.
It's nice and chilled. I can feel that it's nice and cold as you're pouring that in.
And about a ½ teaspoon, actually, of vanilla.
Now, Joseph, you've been a chef, right? So is this kind of natural to you, or?
I cook. I don't really bake. My wife bought me a KitchenAid mixer 19 years ago. I've used it one time.
Oh, what color was it?
That's blasphemy. I know, I've used it one
I had
time.
mine stolen. Mine was stolen, so.
So as this mixes, and this is our cream?
This is cream,
we
you'll
add
pour
this
that
slowly?
in. Yes.
Or just dump it right in?
You can just add it slowly. You're basically making an emulsion.
Okay, well I know what that
Did you put enough sugar in there too, or are you leaving some of that sugar out?
All of the sugar goes
put
in.
all the sugar in. 'Cause we have
So now all the ingredients are in?
Yes. And you just give the bowl a little scrape down.
So Julie,
There we
tell
go.
us what 5,000 Pies represents.
Well, 5,000 Pies is actually based on the story of the 5 loaves and 2 fishes, where Jesus fed 5,000 men and women with a 2-piece fish dinner.
So we're going to have enough pies to feed everybody on the set today, but I love
We'll
this
just
story
break
because
one
it's part of your
strawberry
church
and
then too.
Yes,
correct?
it's part.
What
It's
is
a
your
social
church's name?
enterprise of. It's a social enterprise of Fountain of Life Covenant Church.
Great.
Our church is in West Long Beach, and our pastor heard one time too many, "Pastor, do you know anybody that's hiring? I need a job. I need to take care of my family." And he said about 3 years ago, he said, "You know what? The church cannot be a vacuum. It has to be a conduit for resources." So that's what we did. We opened up 5,000 Pies. We went live with a soft opening in September of last year. And we had our grand opening in December of the same year. And we've been in business ever since.
Okay.
Sounds great.
It does.
So we mixed the mix, and then we have a pie shell here. That mix, we would put that in here, and we'll probably take
This
that
is a
plastic
graham
out.
cracker crust.
So this is probably something easy you can get at the market. And
Keebler is one of the most consistent, flavorful, tasty
great tip.
graham cracker crusts that you can buy. And all you do is you're going to take the
I'll let
cream.
you do that, because clearly,
I can see this
have
is going
one
to
of
be a
these.
disaster.
I don't know how to work it.
This is going to be a disaster.
You're just going to take the cream, and this is really simple. We take that off. I'm going to put this right here on the side.
And Julie, what other pies are your favorites to make?
Well, let's see. My absolute all-time favorite is one that my coworker and trainer makes, her name is Rosal, and Rosal makes this beautiful apple pie.
Oh, I love apple pie.
It is so delicious.
But now listen, strawberries are in season right now. Before we eat all of these, what have you done to the strawberries here on the cookie sheet?
Well, the strawberries were
mouth full, no
brushed
doubt.
with just a little bit of apricot glaze. And you can, this is a simple glaze. You don't have to be a chef. You don't have to be anybody famous. You can just take a little bit of apricot jam or orange marmalade. Put it about a half a cup of the jam or marmalade, and maybe 2 tablespoons of water. Give it a little stir.
And you just brush it on.
And you just brush it on. It's quite simple.
That's great. So
I taste it very nice, sweet.
they're just beautiful.
I'm always one to put alcohol in things. Could we put a little brandy in that, or?
You want to use a Grand Marnier.
Grand Marnier. Oh yes. So
You
just
can use
a
brandy.
little bit. Give it a little nice thing.
Yes. So,
or we could do Jack Daniels and really go crazy.
Show us. I want to see your talent in putting these strawberries onto the pie. Should we try that?
Okay.
Okay. Let's see how artistic we are. So we could probably do it in any pattern too, right?
Yes.
And maybe even other types of fruit, or?
You're just going to take a fork, just pick one up,
okay.
and set
We'll
it
use the unused
on
forks.
the side. You just want to set it on the side and just
Okay.
keep going around until you have a nice pattern.
This is very easy.
It is.
I'm going to use my fingers. I
Okay.
think.
Well, when it's for family, you can use your fingers.
Oh, well, it's for family.
Yes. But when it's for the general public,
right,
we put on gloves.
Well, we have some amazing strawberry fields out here in California too, and I know my friend Sheila is out there near Disney, where they have some amazing strawberry fields, and she brings some amazing, I keep saying amazing, strawberries and dips them in chocolate. Could you dip these in chocolate too?
Oh, absolutely.
Put them on the pie?
My personal favorite would be to put a dab of cream cheese. Have you ever had cheesecake?
Yes.
New York style cheesecake?
Yes.
Whipped with a little Bailey's Irish cream and a little rum.
There, now you're talking.
Put a dollop of
you're
it
not
on
getting
the
down
tip.
there
Did you
early.
bake this, or is this chilled?
This is just chilled. You want to chill it for about 4 hours because you want it to set. Once it's set, you slice it, serve it, everyone's happy.
Now this has been out. It's cold. Let's put this out for everyone to look at. How beautiful that is. Should we brush it with a little more before serving? A little more, or is this done? Do we garnish it with anything?
I don't know, but
before
this
we
one
eat?
looks better than the one we made.
Forget
so
the garnish. Let's just dive right in. And
You can garnish it with some walnuts. I have some.
Oh, okay.
I have some chopped walnuts.
Okay, well maybe it'll cover our mistakes on ours. So
we
a little
just
bit
do
of
like
that,
this.
and a little bit of cake. So we really have to. Are we thanking people at this point?
I'm
I want to
eating.
thank people.
We do want to thank, special thanks to Sandy Rosco from the San Gabriel Chamber. We want to thank our sponsors for supporting our show. Who else was visiting us? Sandy
We had
Marshall
the
and the girls with the
amazing
Science Project.
girls making their
Project
lava
Scientists.
lamps.
The author of Glamour Gidgets, Herbie J.
We'll
and
get together, Herbie J.
my friend Chef Julie Allen from 5,000 Pies. And a special thanks to all of you for being with us. We'll see you next time.
There you go. Thank you.
Thank you.
This is great. I'm going to take some too.
With the walnuts.
Is it really good with the
It just adds a little extra.
So you see, son, good manners are important. Should I go through it again?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Exactly. Always say please, thank you, you're welcome, excuse me, sit up straight, hold doors open for ladies. If the door's locked, knock first. Don't burp, don't swear, don't stare, don't use bad language, or talk with your mouth full. Keep your elbows off the table.
What table?
And don't interrupt. Cover your mouth when you cough or sneeze. On the bus, give your seat up to anybody who has trouble standing. Bottom line, treat others the way you want to be treated. Got it?
Got it.
Good talk.
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain.
Jimmy can't sing, and Tommy can't dance. So we're gonna put some ants in their pants. Aww.
Kids will spend 22 minutes watching us, the super duper party troopers, singing about ants in their pants.
Isn't that funny? Ants in their pants, they've got ants in their pants, they've got ants in their pants.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
Okay, Simon, what do people wear?
Clothes.
That's right, so it's important to learn how to dress yourself. Here's how it's done. Shirt, underwear, pants, socks, shoes. Underwear, always first, name tag on the back. Then pants and shirt. Go ahead and put this on. Now with the shirt, you want to make sure the first button's right or you have to start all over again, okay? Socks left on left, right on right. Tying the shoes, we're gonna take the laces, we're gonna cross them over, we're gonna turn around where the bunny goes down in the hole, pull it tight, and bunny ears. Got it?
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain.
So you see, son, good manners are important. Should I go through it again?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Exactly. Always say please, thank you, you're welcome, excuse me, sit up straight, hold doors open for ladies. If the door's locked, knock first. Don't burp, don't swear, don't stare, don't use bad language, or talk with your mouth full. Keep your elbows off the table.
What table?
Don't interrupt. Cover your mouth when you cough or sneeze. On the bus, give your seat up to anybody who has trouble standing. Bottom line, treat others the way you want to be treated. Got it?
Got it.
Good talk.
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
There's no place like home.
Getting home safely is just a click away. And choosing the right seat for your little one's age and size will take you down the road to safer travels.
How can I ever thank you enough?
Visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
You're doing great. We're gonna try this again, okay?
Okay.
Wheels, pedals, handlebar, brakes. Sit up straight, keep your weight in the center, keep your eyes on the road, hands on the grips, button the seat. If we feel ourselves falling, what do?
Just keep
pedaling. Good girl. Now remember, it's all about balance and steering. Steer with your hands, steer with your body. Steer into the corners and you stay out of trouble. And the bell's your buddy, so go ahead and ding that. All right, you ready? Here we go. Pedal, honey, pedal. There you go, you're a bike rider.
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain.
So, what is love? Love is being independent. Love is dancing. At Shriners Hospital for Children, love is a new smile.
At Shriners Hospitals for Children, love is caring for a child regardless of the family's ability to pay. Learn how you can send your love to the rescue at lovetotherescue.org.
Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.